Bonsoir and welcome back to This Be the Verse Poetry for Adults here in the sub basement of PS 75, the Emily Dickinson School. Last week was Valentine's Day and this week the presidents are coming. I know, it's all over my face. Excuse me? Oh, pardon me for just one moment. Sorry, excuse me. I'll be done in just a jiffy. Well, anyway, it's, I'm sure, nothing that won't come out in the DNA testing later. Now, to bridge the gap between Valentine's Day and President's Day, I'm afraid that we must concede that when in the course of human events it becomes necessary for some people to dissolve the bonds that have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of their dominion the separate and equal station in which the laws of nature and of preference entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they declare the causes which impel them to the separation. I declare these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable assets, some a little bit more generously than others, and that they will go on and on and on about their right to seek life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And then they declare themselves free, and you find yourself again at home, late, one night, in bed, awake, alone. Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Merde happens. Quel dommage. So tonight, we've got two poems about getting dumped. The first one is from Sir Thomas Wyatt, who was born in 1503 and died in 1542, and he was quite a randy rake. And he's actually quite an important person in English literature. Sir Thomas Wyatt is rumored to have introduced the sonnet form into the English language from the Italian. He's also rumored to have had an affair with Anne Boleyn, who was the second of Henry VIII's 6 wives. He was in fact imprisoned in the Tower of London for just such an adulterous affair. And while he had friends in high places, he made it out alive. Anne Boleyn, however, wasn't quite so lucky. They think that while Wyatt was imprisoned in the Tower of London, that he actually witnessed Anne Boleyn's execution in the courtyard below. They brought in a special executioner from France with a very large, very sharp sword, who beheaded her with one swift movement. And we're told that it was quite an affair. She wore a red petticoat under a loose, dark gray gown of damask, trimmed in fur, and a mantle of ermine. How pretty for her beheading. So much for fun poetry facts. Now, on to the poems. This poem was written well before any of that beheading business, and it really goes to show that even Casanovas can have their hearts broken. It's called They Flee From Me. They flee from me that sometime did me seek, with naked foot stalking in my chamber. I have seen them gentle, tame, and meek, now are wild, and do not remember that sometime they put themselves in danger to take bread at my hand, and now they range, busily seeking with a continual change. Thanked be fortune it hath been otherwise, 20 times better. But once, in special, in thin array, after a pleasant guise, when her loose gown did from her shoulders fall. And she, me caught in her arms long and small, therewithal sweetly did me kiss, and softly said, Dear heart, how like you this? It was no dream. I lay broad waking, but all is turned through my gentleness into a strange fashion of forsaking, and I have leave to go of her goodness, and she also to use newfangleness. But since that I so kindly am served, I would fain know what she hath deserved. Well, who knows why love, even love that's lasted years and years and years, can suddenly go awry. One must attempt to meet the successes and the failures with a degree of equanimity, and then life can become a bit more tolerable. Which is why I love this next poem, which is both stoic and very honest, by Elizabeth Bishop, and it's called One Art. One art. The art of losing isn't hard to master. So many things seem filled with the intent to be lost, that their loss is no disaster. Lose something every day, except the fluster of lost door keys, the hour badly spent. The art of losing isn't hard to master. Then practice losing farther, losing faster, places and names, and where it was you meant to travel. None of these will bring disaster. I lost my mother's watch. And look, my last, or next to last, of 3 loved houses went. The art of losing isn't hard to master. I lost 2 cities, lovely ones, and, vaster, some realms I owned, 2 rivers, a continent. I miss them. But it wasn't a disaster. Even losing you, the joking voice, a gesture I love. I shan't have lied. It's evident the art of losing's not too hard to master, though it may look like like disaster. So, see the links below for the poems, subscribe to the channel, and your assignment is to think about love. Brotherly love, sisterly love, neighborly love. Think about love and spread it all around like butter on a French pastry. Until next time, remember that the world is full of wonder. Pay attention. I'm Too Tight Lautrec, and this be the verse.